imagination and fantasy.
Yeah.
There's so much imagination, there's so much fantasy and flair. Imagination and flair. Lack a bit of imagination and fantasy. Imagination and fantasy.
Yeah.
There's so much imagination, there's so much fantasy and flair. Imagination and flair. Lack a bit of imagination and fantasy.
Yeah.
Good evening. Welcome back to another special edition of the Sokkah podcast. It's me, Joe, joined by Trent.
How are you, Joe?
Not too bad, Trent. And this is, what episode number is this now?
Is it 28?
No, we've done more than 28.
Yeah, I swear you said 27 last time.
No, there's no rules. I've like a conservative estimate. I reckon this is about 45.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've done this for like a year, a season.
A season?
The season's finished.
A season. So
the season is finally
is
finished.
Is season one over? Actually,
I think it is.
the season one closer will be our interview with Tony Sage, Joe.
Which is coming soon.
I don't believe this.
We're in way too deep. We've gone from getting MPL Mandem
Yep.
to chairmans of A-League football clubs.
This is incredible.
This is what happens when you put your mind to something and you believe in it, and it grows.
Joe, do we plan anything or do we just rock up?
I reckon we just rock up and we say, Tony, let's have a chat.
I think we do. Now, we've received an enormous amount of questions on Twitter.
Some good, some bad, which is with anyone.
With anyone.
Always happens.
I think this is our most liked post, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jim Jones, who's notorious for giving us hate on the platforms.
He hasn't said
anything yet. He's
Oh,
planning something.
He's scheming.
Yeah, he's scheming.
He's scheming.
That's what he does, Jim Jones. Shout out to Jim Jones, you schemer.
Now, you know someone gave me Kenny Lowe's phone number.
Did I press record on the camera?
I don't know if you did.
I think I did.
Okay, just check.
Yeah.
I really do hope you did.
I did.
Okay, thank God. Someone gave me at work. Someone gave me Kenny Lowe's phone number. It wasn't anyone who works at where I work.
Do you want to reveal it to our fans or?
The number?
Yeah.
That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
That would be actually. Imagine Kenny Lowe getting like all these messages from fucking the fans out there.
The fans of the Sokkah podcast.
That would be hilarious.
That would be serious.
But you know what I do want to do with our interview with Tony Sage?
Yes.
I want him to get out his phone,
Yeah.
call up Clive Palmer,
Yep.
and say, mate, the border's closed, mate. Get out of here.
And hang up.
And hang up.
I think he's got the power to do that.
Yep.
He would have Clive's number. He's a businessman.
He would.
Tony's a businessman.
I just love to go through his contacts.
That's true. I think it's a bit personal. We could do it though.
Nah.
We could do it
I
for
reckon
our
we could.
patrons.
Yeah, maybe.
Exclusive.
But anyway, it's been a busy week.
It has been, Joe. Actually, can I mention where the Sokkah podcast got shouted out?
Oh, where did we get shouted out?
So I played against Joondalup City on the weekend, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Big ups Joondalup.
Big ups
up north.
Joondalup. Up north, yes. We conceded with the last kick of the game.
Bastards.
We were 1-0 up. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Anyway, I saw on their Instagram they posted like a halftime update, and I was in the photos.
Yeah.
So I retweeted it, re-insted it, and I messaged the player. I was like, "Do you have any other photos of me?" And the guy sent a few. He sent through a few, and he's like, "Big fan of the Sokkah podcast, mate. Love your work."
Fans are everywhere.
The State League Division 2 reserves really do get around me.
That's pretty good. That's why they probably go a bit like easier on tackles for you.
That's true.
Because like, oh, this guy has a podcast to do like once a week.
That's true. I wonder how many players I play against who are fans of the podcast.
Maybe like some people don't like the podcast and they tackle you
They
harder.
tackle me harder, yeah. That's true.
Maybe.
That was against Wanneroo. I got a few tackles in the ankle. So any Wanneroo reserves players.
See, like I never got like tackled around the ankles. See, I don't know.
So I wear my shin pads quite high, and so I got like against Wanneroo, I got like 3 kicks like right here.
Because like even at indoor, like a few of like the people I play with, they always complaining about like they always get kicked, and I never get kicked.
Because I think you don't go into a tackle.
No, I don't. Because like I'm smart enough not to get in the tackle because I get rid of the ball pretty quickly.
That's
yeah,
right.
I touch and play. I like playing one-touch football.
Yeah, that's the only type of football I know.
Yeah, like even though like I've got no chance of like getting it to the guy, it's all about the effort.
Yeah, it'll
Like,
come off one day.
It's all about ball speed and one touches. But anyway, Trent, how was your weekend?
How's our weekend? It was good, Joe. I played on Saturday. On Saturday morning, my team beat Guildford 9-2. It was quite a win.
Oh, that is quite the win.
It was quite the win. And then I went to Henry Summer on Saturday.
Which is not someone's house. It is
It's not, yeah.
a bar. Yeah, it's like a bar / club.
Bar/club.
Yep.
Bar/club. It was very good. I've
Is
been
it
there.
called after a Henry Summer?
What about when it's winter? Actually, it's not even summer. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a man called Henry Summer? I feel like it's a very famous... So when someone first said, like, because I hadn't been... Well, obviously I hadn't been.
They're like, oh, Trent, you want to go Henry
I
Summers?
was like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
who's that?
Who's Henry Summer?
Who's Henry Summer? Yeah, like, I don't know. but I quite like it.
Yeah, it's a niche kind of bar. Some nice cocktails going around there.
It is.
Some-
Yeah, they do have nice cocktails.
They do have some nice cocktails.
A sangria I've had before, quite nice.
Sangria always goes down at a treat. You need to have like fresh oranges in it though.
Yeah, fresh.
Yep, essential.
Always fresh. And then, that's about it, Joe. How about yourself? You told me you went through quite an ordeal.
Oh, I had quite the ordeal. So Friday night, had like work drinks, and then that eventuated into me meeting up with some other friends of mine at a nightclub.
Was Adam Carlino there?
He was. I called him at like 12 o'clock at night.
To come out?
Yeah.
And he came out?
Nah, he didn't. He messaged me the next day saying, Joe, you're a dickhead.
I love that.
Regardless, so I went to this Matter. What's it called?
Magnet House, and the events matter.
Yeah, so the event is called Matter. The event doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so yeah, I've gone there, met up with a few friends of ours. Then I don't know, had a few drinks and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened. I must have touched something or something and rubbed my eyes.
Yeah.
I've gone to sleep the next day. I've woken up and both of my eyes are just like the size of golf balls.
Bursting out of Joe's head, apparently.
Legit, like they were so swollen. I couldn't open my left eye for like the whole day.
What do you think this was?
I don't know. I've either had like a reaction to something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you allergic? Are you allergic to anything?
I'm allergic to peanuts, but I didn't have any peanuts.
Yeah, but peanuts could have been on the counter.
I could maybe.
And
I
you
was leaning on the bar and I
Surely
touched.
that's what it would have been.
I don't know. But like I remember, like I rubbed my eyes because like it was really itchy, and then I went to bed. Then I woke up, size of golf balls.
Interesting.
So all Saturday, I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted
Saturday's
to go
your
out.
errands day. You got things.
Saturday is my errands day, Trent.
Gym. You go what? You go.
Gym.
Yeah. Dry cleaning.
You go office works on a Saturday.
Office works.
Office works is. I love office works. But yeah, like I couldn't do that on Saturday because
Couldn't go out Saturday night.
yeah,
Eyes-
my eyes were just bung.
Bulging.
But yeah, woke up Sunday, good as new.
Good as new.
Yeah.
Did you run errands on Sunday?
I did run errands.
Okay.
I did go to the gym on Sunday. What else did I do?
Watch the grand final.
But I did watch the grand final. I was worried because if my eyes were bung, I couldn't watch it.
Oh god. Now on Friday, Joe, I made a guest appearance on someone's podcast.
Yeah, it was like the Soccer Aid event for
It
charity.
was a Soccer Aid event for charity. It was,
Yeah.
in,
Yes.
in short, hosted by Neil. It's Simons or Simmons?
Oh, let's go Simmons.
He said
He explained it to us
he
and I forgot
messaged it.
it.
He messaged it to me when you said it wrong,
Yeah.
and he said Joe said it wrong. But
Yeah.
anyway, old friend Neil. I previewed the grand final with Daniel Garb and the Melbourne Victory podcast guy.
Does Garby like us? Because like what's his name? The Boomer Journo roasted us.
I don't think he knew who I was, so I came on at my Everton top.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know a Toffees fan was here." I was like, "Oh, I'm not really a Toffees fan."
Yeah.
But that's okay. And then I also, a bunch of other podcasts in Australia jumped on, and we had a good old chat. I just talked about how we don't have any rules.
And meanwhile, I was at the Boozer.
He was. I don't go out Friday night because game
Yeah.
on Saturday.
I reckon try it. Like just try it, just in case you might have like an awesome game the next day.
I might play better.
Maybe.
That's true.
See, like you won't know until you try out.
That's true.
But anyway, Trent, we do have a few sponsors we do need to shout out.
We do, Joe. Now you're wearing a lovely Australia top.
This is a nice Australia kit.
This just reminds me of Lucas Neal.
This is like 2010.
I think so.
But
Dark
anyway,
blue.
yep, big ups to a Vintage Soccer Shirts Australia.
Yes.
Our friend Mitch, who runs the
He runs the show.
venture.
It is a venture.
Yeah, so anyway, just forget about Vintage Soccer Shirts in England. Don't pay $1 million for shipping.
Australia.
Buy it from Mitch. Vintage Soccer Shirts Australia. Use promo code SOCKAH, SOKKAH, for 10% off.
Lovely, Joe. Lovely.
What's there not to love?
There really isn't anything not to love.
Yeah, like $10 shipping.
$10 shipping.
Unseen, you'll never see that. Ever.
Incredible. Now, Joe, before we go on to our second sponsor, we are using the green screen tonight.
Yes, we are.
And so we're unsure what the background will be. But we've just got I just posted on Instagram any suggestions. And we
Yep,
got
have we got one?
We got two.
Ooh, okay.
We got three. We
Okay,
got three. Okay.
what are they?
Michael Weberus. I think,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
he says a small town Italian cafe.
Okay.
We could do that. Bert Spam says Tim Cahill's forehead.
Okay,
That's quite
big
large.
enough. It's big enough.
Quite large. And I'm not going to read the other one
All right, let me-
because
let
that's
me see it.
disrespectful to one of our guests.
Oh, can you turn on your phone again?
Is that disrespect? I feel like
Let me read it. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Okay. okay.
No,
All
it's
I'm going
funny.
to say is Mark Ryan, we love you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe, we have another sponsor.
Yeah.
Streamgate Live Streaming Australia. I feel like what was live streamed? Oh, the podcast on Friday was live
Yeah.
streamed, but there was no in person. But anyway, Streamgate Live Streaming Australia. If you need to stream an event,
They do weddings.
weddings, funerals, press conferences,
Bat mitzvahs.
bar mitzvahs, soccer games. Dennis Fernandez is the man you need to see at Streamgate live streaming Australia.
They do quinceañeras as well.
Is that a Mexican?
That is a Mexican one.
A Mexican wedding?
No, I think it's when like the girl turns 15. I'm not sure if the guys have a
The
quinceañera.
girl turns 15.
I think it's the girl.
and they have an event.
Yeah, they're quinceañera.
Huh.
Yeah,
Is that coming of age essentially?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not really age because they're still like 15. So
It's okay.
let's not get into that. Anyway,
Now, Joe, would you like to talk about the semi-finals that
Yeah.
did
So-
occur, and then the grand final?
firstly,
Yes,
why is it on a Wednesday?
exactly.
Yeah,
Now,
it's just unfair for the team.
I usually have
having
training
3
on a
days
Wednesday, exactly, but
Yeah.
it was cancelled. But I feel like it wasn't to watch the semi-finals.
break. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was never going to be.
It was
that.
never going to be. There wasn't much recovery, was there? How many days did they have? Like,
3, 4. Who knows? Not enough. Anyway, that's the point.
that's true.
However, we are in turbulent times, and it is what it is.
It was a perfect chance to rotate the Glory team and play Gabriel. But he wasn't played.
It was.
Surprisingly.
We'll get into Gabriel later.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Glory game first?
Yeah. That was the first game. Let's go in. Was it the first game? It wasn't
No,
the
it
first
wasn't.
game.
It wasn't.
I was in a meeting at this time. I like a joint learning session.
Oh, it was terrible timing, wasn't it? Like 3 o'clock.
Fox Sports hate Western Australia.
It's true. I think the first game, West United and Melbourne City, was like 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30. Yeah.
I'm coaching then, Joe. You're
Come
working.
on, Fox Sports. You're killing us.
You really are. But Glory first. Now, Christian was injured, so
Because he works so hard.
he worked so hard for the team. So we actually started with a half decent starting 11.
Don't slander Christian. Firstly,
Okay. Let me take that back. So we started with Chinese up front, Fornaroli. Now, overall, my thoughts on this game was obviously Reddy made a terrible mistake, but I love Reddy.
Yeah. Like he was due for like a goalkeeping mistake.
He really was. He hasn't.
Yeah.
He's been very consistent with his feet.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, also surprisingly. So we created enough chances to win the game. However, we made 2 stupid errors, and that's how football
That's what
works.
Sydney will do. Like Sydney, they're are easily the best team, I think.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not easily, but
Well, not easily, no. They just created a lot of
They-
early... like, we started defensively terrible.
like Sydney just know how to win games. They can just grind out a win, and then after that they just put it in neutral.
Pretty much.
If they're driving manual.
Now, actually, no, Joe, this is too time for the board. I was going to bring
Okay.
the board out later. So,
Okay.
We were in the car
If you're listening to this on audio platforms, Trent has a little magnet board with
I do.
some a soccer pitch on it with some magnets,
So this is
and
my coaching board.
I'm not sure the camera can see it. Maybe just
Oh,
pull it up
can
a
it
little
not?
bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I need to set it up first.
I can hold
Okay,
it.
you hold it. Okay.
And you can explain.
So this is
how have
the,
Sydney played.
the tactical analysis of how Sydney beat the Glory.
So Sydney are the blue, I'm assuming.
No, so hang on. I haven't got 11 red markers, so we've got 2 blue ones.
Okay.
Okay, so Sydney set up usually 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe we do have enough red ones. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay.
Four.
4-4-2. Now, against the Glory.
You're playing 3-4-2. You're missing
Okay,
a
we're
defender.
missing one. Okay, so one of the strikers going to be blue.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
4-4-2. Easy. Yeah.
Okay. And, Ninkovic in the channel, blah, 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 around
Yeah.
the fullback. Okay. But what they did against us, they pressed really high, and they were really pressing with like a 4-2-4, and then fullbacks rolling up, and it gave Glory all sorts of issues.
If you're watching on YouTube, the defense and fullbacks kind of look like a smiley face and eyes.
So,
Anyway.
long story short, the front 4 of Sydney, because Sydney always sit back. They sit back in the block.
Yeah.
The 4-4-2 block.
Yeah.
They sit back. They sit back. They sit back. They did this in the second half when they were 2-0 up, but they pressed us really high, and we were terrible because we just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it, Joe. Couldn't handle the press.
No, we weren't ready for it because we had 3 days rest.
That's true. That's true. Now, yeah. So we had the Chinese chance.
Can we just talk about Bruno's shot from like
they hit
on
both
the
posts?
on a two what's
Millimetre?
what's the angle?
Centimetre?
A 2-degree angle.
Degree?
Yeah, degrees. Wow, I'm getting old. I can't remember.
That was a
Only Bruno has the audacity to have a shot on a 2-degree angle and hit both posts.
and hit both. My heart broke slightly.
Mate, the laws of physics hate glory.
They do.
It's confirmed.
So I reckon. See, the thing is, if we don't concede, all right, let's just say we concede the first goal, we don't concede the second because the second was a free
Yeah.
goal. Chinese slots home his chance. Bruno 2 degrees magic. We win.
But Trent, have you heard the saying
What's the saying?
that if my auntie had wheels, she'd be a bicycle?
So is that like saying that this could have happened, could have, would have, should have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you say if, like, anything could happen if you say
anything,
if.
anything really could
Yeah.
happen. But after Sydney were 2-0 up, they were very happy to sit back. And in the second half, we did have a lot of possession, but it's not good enough. Like we kept the ball, and we create like in a final like that, we created like 3 chances. If you don't take them, you're done.
Yeah.
You're not good enough.
The game was yearning for a Diego Castro, I feel.
Yeah, it was. I was yearning for a Thomas James as well, but he thinks.
Oh, I wasn't happy with his comments during the week.
So Thomas James, have we talked about this?
No, we haven't talked about it.
So he came out and said that I'm better than both of Tony's sons, but he kept playing them, and I want to leave.
Like, irrespective that Christian is a defensive midfielder, Thomas James is a striker.
Christian also played up front for the Glory at the start of the year.
Did he?
He just got thrown up front.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nah, fair enough. Anyway, but like Thomas James, mate.
I love
I
this.
get what you're saying.
I love this.
However, you've been at the club for, what, 3 weeks?
Yep.
You think you're better than everyone? You want to start in
No,
important
he's
games?
just better than 2 people.
But he's been there for 3 weeks. He doesn't know the system.
No, he's signed. He's signed by the Glory. He should know the system on the first day.
On the first day.
Oh, you get the PowerPoints. Hayden Fox got the PowerPoints.
Mate, it takes more than a PowerPoint to learn a system. Like
27 goals in the New South Wales NPL. Thereabouts.
I could score 15 goals in that competition.
No, you couldn't.
Nah, I couldn't. I can't even score like 15 in like indoor.
Exactly.
I think like in 20 games, I think I have like 4.
Thomas James should have played, and I agree with him.
Maybe against like Central Coast as like a rotation, as a sub at best. I think he's been like signed just to be like a training cone, it's like someone on the
I tell you
the
who's a good training
who
cone.
you can like work with, you know.
So let me just point this out for you because I'll use my hands.
Yeah.
So there's like NPL 18s, 20s, and first team.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna suss how much camera time we have left.
Okay. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you see this perfectly.
8 minutes, easy.
8 minutes. Okay. And the New South Wales Premier League is a lot better than WA Premier League and NPL. That's just because I got more money. So Gable in the 20s, not many goals.
Yeah.
Right. Thomas James in the New South Wales NPL, lots of goals. I just think that like put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, but like if Glory signs like say any other A-League striker, he's not playing in the hub after getting signed like 1 week before the season like restarts.
Well, why
I just
sign him then? You don't
Probably
if,
just like
if you need a traffic cone to training, pull a youth player up.
Maybe, but maybe they were busy. I don't know. That's what I don't know. Like, oh god. But anyway, Thomas James, like all the best. But I think all those comments criticising coaches that isn't going to get you too far.
It's not, but I think he should He should be able to be let back to his club.
Yeah, that's pretty dog.
Like Luke Wilkshire would love him.
Yeah.
Would love to have him back. So long story short, the Glory season is over. Was it a good season, Joe?
If you make a semi-final, it's a good season.
I think this is one of the most frustrating ever seasons I've been as a fan. Close to the last year of Kenny Lowe, where like we lost like 5 games in a row and it was terrible.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, like the management...
More the off-field, yeah, the off-field.
Yeah, just the off-field took away from like what should have been a good season.
That's true. That's true.
Like, but yeah, I'm just happy this season's over, and Glory can restart next season
With a new coach, Joe?
maybe.
So have we not talked about this either? No. So Tony Popovic is heavily rumoured to be going to
Xanthi.
Greek club Xanthi because Bill Pappas, who is the owner of Sydney United,
Something.
Bill
Along
Pappas
those lines.
is involved. Now Xanthi just got relegated this morning, and I don't like this. Tony was gone before the semi-final.
Yeah.
Like in his mind, he's in Greece.
Oh man, like you had like half of Perth or half of like travellers thinking they were in Greece this summer. So like he's not the only one there. But hey, like it's Greece. I'd love to like coach in Greece for like 1 year.
You reckon?
He's
1
like
year or 6 months.
I don't know where Xanthi is, but he's probably got the Acropolis
It is
down the
probably-
road.
We could have Xanthi in the background.
He's on
to
the
be honest.
beach.
That's true.
Like you don't get that. You do get that in Perth. But I don't know. Like Popovic is just yearning for Europe, and I think he possibly has gone too early. Maybe like somewhere in England would suit him perfectly, but Greece, he's not going to get paid again. Firstly,
That's true.
because he didn't get paid in Turkey. Greece,
I'm just bitter. I just think he's come to the club. The first year was great, but this year he's just ruined the club.
he hasn't ruined the club. No,
I think he's ruined the team, in my opinion.
I think maybe the dynamics is too many big heads, and then the Glory needs a happy person like Diamanti.
Yeah,
Because I feel like there's too many negative Nancys in the Glory dressing room.
there will be a lot.
See, who has good vibes in the dressing room?
Not many people.
I can't think of anyone. I think most of the people are negative Nancys in the Glory team. Grant would be
a good
Alex
one.
Grant would be the only like positive vibes.
Meredith would have positive vibes.
I feel like Meredith would have like his like own separate niche with like him and Big Greg, and it was
And
just
now
those
Big Greg's
two.
left, so
Yeah.
there's no. Yeah, Vince Lee, I reckon's a good bloke. I want to see
Yeah.
more of Vince Lee, but he's left.
Yeah, he's left.
Yeah. So Vince Lee, Valapi, Franich,
And Chianese.
and Chianese. There's a fifth one. And Perkitis
Yeah.
have left the glory.
See, but wasn't Perkitis complaining?
Well, he did very well not to complain because he's a midfielder.
Who knows? But anyway, yeah,
I'm sad to see Tando go.
that was the first semi-final in our
That was the
glory
first
spiel.
semi-final.
Um,
And then the second one,
I think in the second one we'll do in part 2 of
part 2 of the podcast.
on the special semi-final and grand final edition of the Sokkah podcast, coming back soon. Trent, we're back,
We are back to discuss the second semi-final,
Yep.
the first one.
which was Melbourne City versus Western United.
Yes, and Melbourne City 2-0 winners.
Yep, this was my second favourite team versus my third favourite team.
Melbourne City, your third favourite team.
Mate, yeah, I reckon, yeah. But like Jamo's there,
That's true. Jamo's nice.
Brillante's there as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
easily my third favourite team.
Okay, fair enough. This was a very even game. And I think the 2-0 score, like, it was even. West United didn't really take their chances.
I think first half Western definitely
Well, I'm told.
did have some chances.
There was no Diamante magic.
The game was waiting for another Diamante moment.
It was
just
yearning
a free
for
kick,
it.
just
a
anything.
smile, a Maradona spin. We just didn't really get much.
Yeah, probably because he got 3 days rest. Did he? Yeah, he
That's true.
did. He did get 3 days rest.
He get 3 days rest.
I see, like his crystals weren't recharged enough.
That's right.
The good vibes just weren't.
Did we even talk about Diamante's free kick in the quarter?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the last podcast?
We would have.
We would have.
Yeah,
It was saucy.
it was pretty good. It was very good.
It was actually amazing.
Yeah,
Like, it was beautiful.
but I feel like Western their first season, I think they've done very well.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I actually don't know how with the turnover of players how they've managed to. They had like their season can be split into like 2 halves. Like the first
I reckon
half.
3 first, like into thirds.
Yeah, you're actually right.
Into 3, not 3 halves, 3 thirds.
Okay. So the first third was like the initial squad they signed,
It was good vibes.
and it was great vibes.
Yeah.
The second third was Rudan telling everyone to like go home.
Yeah, there were a few negative Nancy's in the dressing room.
Right. So you've kicked out the thugs. Gullam's gone, and then the third is bringing the young boys in, bringing the MPL boys in, and like reviving a season. So this is massive ups, Mark Rudan, because I thought in the second third they were done. I thought lost the dressing room.
Yep, but then he brought it together.
He did, and this so I'm impressed.
See, this is just like the importance of having a good dressing room culture and having just friends in the team. I feel like
True.
everyone in the Western team are good friends.
I'd
That's
agree
what
with
I
you.
think.
I'd agree with you, Joe.
Like I think Diamante like has all the boys over
All the
and
time.
plays like Nintendo 64 with them. I see that happening.
Plays.
I don't see that happening with any other A-League team
That's true.
because I think for a lot of A-League teams out there, they're not mates with like
No.
all their team. Like the team isn't bonded.
No, that's right.
With
That's right.
Western,
There's
they're
only like
their
a few,
family.
Yeah, there's only like at clubs. I'm thinking of clubs, and there'll be like a few boys who are friends, but
Yeah.
not the whole team.
Yeah.
I feel like at West United, Diamante brings everyone together.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone wants to go to training in the morning. That's a feeling I get about Western. I'd love to be in there. I'd love to
Yeah.
train there.
Yeah. So I think their first year very successful overall, and I think I'm not sure how big their fan base is. I mean, I guess it's not massive, but it'll grow.
A-League Memes did tweet during the week that they have more fans in Western Australia than in Western Melbourne. And I think like a lot of that like applies to me.
Yeah, just because that's alluded a lot to you. Do you think is Bessart Berisha? Is he there for one more year?
Oh, you'd hope so.
He's very old.
Yeah, but mate, 18 goals in one season, you'd keep him. Who cares how old he is?
That's true. He's actually, to be honest, I didn't think he would score that many goals. Did he score 18?
18, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he
He had a strong second half.
second half. Yeah, I thought really he'd scrape 10, or he'd find it hard to scrape 10. So hopefully, if he can keep it up, I'd love to have him for another year.
Just like he's a likable bastard now.
Yeah,
Before Western, he was like a bastard's bastard.
yeah. Now he's a likable.
I
bastard.
like him.
Yeah, I like him as well.
These are two Glory fans saying we like Bessart Berisha.
You're right, Joe.
We should ask Tony Sage this.
That's true. Actually, Joe, you actually swayed me in conversation there to liking Berisha like a lot.
See, like,
I don't like him that much.
no, like
'Cause
he
now I'm thinking
seems
of
like
that
a
Berisha.
nicer person.
He does.
Like the intensity is still there and everything, but I don't know. Now he's just a big teddy bear to me.
Yeah. No, I agree with most of that. I agree with most of it.
But now, how about Melbourne City? They did end up winning the semi-final 2-0.
They did. So the Atkinson, Wales, Luna, McLaza is just like
J-Mac.
J-Mac. He's just like always going to score. He scored in this game, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
The
good.
header.
The header, that's right.
Maybe a penalty. Maybe somebody else scored the header.
Yeah.
But irrespective of that,
I can't think.
they put their chances away to semi-final,
They really did. And
and that's how the cookie crumbles.
they rolled on with their attacking form. Post bubble, they've been very good. And they rolled into the semi-final. They were clinical. But I really want to talk about the grand final.
That's what counts. Yeah, I think we're due to talk about the grand final.
Okay. Now, I have a full... This is Sokkah Podcast, full
All right.
tactical analysis of Melbourne City.
Get out the tactical analysis board. If you're watching on our
Can you hold it?
audio platforms, so Trent has his whiteboard out again.
Okay, so I'll call this the Mombaert swing.
Yep.
Right. So Wales was playing right wing. So they were playing 4-3-3 on paper. Very wide. All right. Delbridge was playing right back, centre back by trade. He'd be really narrow, right? And then what they'd do, this is the Mombaert swing. Noon would come inside, and then Atkinson would swing forward as like a fullback, and then all of a sudden you're playing 3-5-2, and Sydney are outfoxed. This was like fascinating to me. And Mombaert was sitting there. He was sitting there with his hat on, and I was like, this man's a genius.
Did you see him before the game, just like doing it like a deep breathing exercise?
He's just like he knows all. He knows all, Joe.
I would love to just like sit him down and have like a nice bottle of like Shiraz with him.
Very wise man. So the Mombaert swing was really working the first half. City were all over.
That first 20 minutes, they
They
were
just
so
like
saucy.
a house on fire.
Like they did deserve a goal.
And Noon should have scored. Obviously, Delbridge. So Delbridge, with the Mombaert swing, Delbridge can push up into this spot, and this is where he scored the goal from.
Was it offside?
No. Redmayne. I feel like Redmayne was looking at the ball and could see the ball the whole time.
I think it's offside
I knew
because I think he's right in his line of sight.
Yeah, bloody Lockie Wales. It's the haircut.
Yeah.
It's the haircut. So I reckon the key to Melbourne City's success was blonde fullbacks.
Yeah, and
or
the
wingbacks.
Mombaert swing.
The Mombaert swing. That's a Sokkah Pod exclusive.
Yeah. How did Sydney set up?
Okay, so Sydney were Sydney are red now.
Yeah, the 4-4-2.
The 4-4-2.
Yep.
But funny enough, they weren't as high as they were against the Glory.
Yes, they weren't. They would drop back a lot.
They dropped back into the block.
Even I noticed this, and I know nothing about tactics.
So they did. They tend to drop really, really deep into the block.
Are they narrow or wide?
They're narrow. The block's always narrow. Now, let me just explain, now that the board's out. So, Ninkovic and Caceres, when they're attacking, they're in the number 10's coming really close.
Is it Caceres or Caceres?
Caceres.
Because it's like the old Juventus player, like
Oh, yeah.
Martin Caceres.
Martin Caceres,
Yeah.
the Uruguayan. Was he Uruguayan?
Yeah, Uruguayan. Because
Yeah.
I always thought it was Martin like Caceres.
Caceres.
Then the commentator said Caceres. But regardless.
Ryan Grant, who's like the best player on the field, would bomb onto these spaces in here. Josh King or Jordan King?
Josh
King.
Yeah.
Who I thought did really well.
I have something to say about Ryan Grant.
Tell me.
Do you think he just runs for the sake of running sometimes?
Yes.
And that he exerts a lot of energy making these runs when it's not going to benefit his team? Because it looks like he's working hard, but
Yeah, like he
there's
chases
no
the
need.
keeper sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, like there was one he like ran, or he like chased the ball like up until like the opposition like
Yeah.
goal line.
Yeah. I think that was like a power play. It's like it adds energy to the team.
But I feel like it's just like that typical Australian thing. It's like you're
Oh,
working
100%.
hard, but like
For no reason.
For no reason.
Headless chook. He's a headless chook, but he's a good
Yeah,
one.
it's like that Michael Carrick quote. Like I don't even know if it was Michael Carrick, and I've forgotten the quote now as well.
Okay.
No, it's like I don't know. Like it's about running smart.
Running smart.
Yeah.
Definitely. He doesn't
Yeah.
run smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Wilkinson, McGowan would split. You have Bratton and Rattray, just like double pivot, Joe, double
Yep.
pivot. And Ninkovic and Caceres would come inside, and you have Lafondra, Barbarouses darting in, and then the fullbacks. That's how Sydney played.
Yeah.
But that's how Sydney's always played. So that wasn't an exclusive.
Yeah.
That was just me showing you how
I
Sydney
feel like
played.
Sydney have played the same for 7 years.
They have.
Like from when Arnie was there at
From
least.
where Arnie was there, and Sydney,
Like they've changed like one player, like from like Brillante to Bratton.
I told you they changed with Corica changed. So under Graham Arnold, they used to play traditionally with the number 10 Brosk, and then very rainy.
Yeah,
outside.
it is very rainy.
Brosk number 10. Who was the
Bobo.
striker. Bobo. Now they actually play with 2 9s. So that's the Corica.
I don't like
difference.
playing with 2 9s.
Don't
Do
like
you
it.
have a big man or a little man?
Sydney have got like 2 little men essentially.
Yeah.
But Barbaros is really good at darting in. It's a different dynamic to Brosk. Actually, to be fair, Brosk was a good runner, surprisingly.
For me, he's too big to be number 10. That's what I never got.
Yeah. It always, it kind of fascinated me how he was number 10. But anyway,
Yeah.
board goes down. Melbourne City started like a house on fire, so Noon should have scored that chance he had.
Yeah.
These milk crates are very uncomfortable. Noon should have scored. Delbridge did score, but disallowed.
Yeah, which I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, probably just.
There's a freeze frame, and like you see, like Redmayne here, and Lockie Wales is like right in front of him.
Yeah.
I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think it's offside.
I mean, technically it's offside. I just feel like Redmayne's view. I was looking at Redmayne's sight. I feel like he could see like in between Wales' arm and body.
We'll
But
never know.
Never know.
But yeah, I
So-
think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
but then the next like VAR scandal,
Oh,
if you
yes.
could say, was the Lafondra penalty shout in
That's
like
true.
the 25th minute. I think this is a pen as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Even though like even Boz was saying, oh, like Lafondra initiated the contact. It's just he sold it that well. I think it's a pen.
Yeah.
Like he's obviously paused. Like he's received the ball. He's like taken a pause before like taking his next step. He's stopped and whoever's like has run into the back of him.
Delbridge, I can't remember. Yeah.
I think it's a pen.
Potentially.
Like that was Lafondre's like sole instinct was like I want to win this penalty.
Yeah.
Like he saw the foul coming before he'd even received the ball.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Like it's not a crime to do that.
No.
It's smart football.
It is smart football.
It's not necessarily the Australian thing to do.
No. But
But-
you'd see it all in Europe, in South America.
A penno's a penno.
Penalties,
And I think Chris Beef missed it.
big call. No, I agree.
I think he's done this just to cancel out. So like when you referee a game, you want to like manage the teams. You don't
Yes.
you don't want to like give 100 free kicks to one team
Yep.
and none to the other. You want to balance it. It's a balancing act.
Because he knows the goal decision was probably correct but harsh.
Yeah. So he wants to try and manage the game and say, I'm just going to keep the game even.
Yeah.
And just play on, which I think is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna if you have VAR, then you have to give the right decision 100% of the time.
That is true. So yeah, you're right. So it probably should be a penalty.
Yeah. I think
So he's refereeing he's refereeing
he's
the
managing.
situation.
Yeah, he's managing the game.
Yeah.
He's not
With VAR, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, if you have VAR, if you're going to manage the game with VAR, what's the point of VAR?
That's what I'm
That's
thinking,
what I
like,
don't get.
You're kind of defeating the VAR purpose.
Yeah.
You're right. You're spot on there, Joe. Spot on there. So look, City should have taken their chances in that early stage. Sydney sat back, but thing is, it's a big game, Joe. It was a tense game. It was actually, to be honest, the first half flew by.
It actually did. Even my mum said that.
Really?
Yeah, Angie said, 45 minutes already?
It was very entertaining. Second half was a little bit slower, but it was those big games. You can sit back and you can grind out results, which I think City did. Did ultimately deserve to win? They did win. So
Yeah,
when you win the grand final.
That's what I don't like. When people say, you deserve to win or you deserve... No one deserves anything.
Yeah.
It's the way you play. Sometimes you get something lucky. It's the
Professional
result.
football, it's the result.
Yeah.
Senior football in general. Junior football is different.
Yeah.
But
if I was coaching Trent, on Football Manager,
what would you do?
I've made 2 cup finals,
Right.
2 Coppa Italias. Always play counter-attack in the grand final.
Okay.
Always.
Was it similar tactics to when we versus Scott Jammers?
No, that was just like parking the bus.
That was extreme.
Like
parking
for the
the
meme.
bus, Yeah.
But no, cup final just always counter-attack.
Right.
Just always. Yeah.
Success.
I'm 2 from 2 Coppa Italias.
Right.
Yeah. I won them in 4 years apart from each other.
And then articles would come out saying you're a tactical genius.
Essentially, yeah. But that's enough about my Pro Vercelli team. I'm actually killing it at the moment.
Oh god. Okay.
But no, there was a few iffy referee bits. Like I know some City fans weren't too pleased.
Yeah, no, they weren't. And
There was that tackle from. Did you see? Was it Wales? No, Atkinson. With like 2 minutes to go.
That was atrocious.
It's a free kick, but it's 2 minutes to go. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Like he did have like one leg up there with his stud showing, but
Yeah, man, it wasn't atrocious.
yeah,
But it was,
I kind of wanted pens as well.
yeah,
I saw a good tweet. It was like, if you watch 120 minutes of football, you deserve to see a penalty shootout.
That's true. That is really true. Yeah, games by an extra time is just such a drag.
What's the word? I don't know the word, but
I don't know the word either.
yeah.
But I think Sydney's experience, I think, did show because
Yeah.
Melbourne City were very inexperienced in terms of final series coming into this, and I really would love to see Melbourne City win. To be honest,
I think everybody did.
yeah,
It was only Sydney that wanted Sydney to win.
that's true.
I'm not sure about victory fans, but
Yeah, I was happy they wore red and white as well. Melbourne City.
yeah, it was a nice touch.
I just reminds me of John Aloisi and Alex Terror.
And Misford.
and Misford. And who's the big Engel?
Oh, Orlando Engler.
Orlando Engler.
Big fella.
Great big fella. Nick Merger. No.
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 He was at Glory in Central Coast.
That's right. Nick Ward.
You know Nick Merger, he... Have you heard about him recently?
No.
So, he's actually in the drug world at the moment.
Right.
I think he's got caught with some illicit substances.
Is that right?
It was on the paper the other day. Yeah, I think he had his like court date a few weeks ago.
Oh, did he?
But yeah, he's in like deep in like that crowd.
He's in deep.
Yeah.
They might make a Netflix show about him.
Imagine a Nick Merger Netflix show. How it starts when he scores like the goal in like the NSL Grand Final. Then it shows like his time in like the A-League for 2 seasons, and then Central Coast for however long. Then his like slight decline into like the world of crime and drugs. It's like the NSL Narcos. Yeah, that's what it's called. NSL Narcos.
An NSL Narcos edition. No, Narcos NSL edition.
Yeah, with Nick Merger.
That's how it will go.
Who'd play Nick Merger though? I reckon Chris Hemsworth would make a good Nick
What about
Merger.
Chopper Reed?
The criminal. So you want to get a criminal to play another criminal. You mean Eric Banner?
Yeah, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Chopper Reed's the criminal.
Oh.
Who's actually a real person.
Oh, so Eric. Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that completely.
Yeah.
So the actor Eric Banner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he played Hulk as well.
I don't know if Eric Banner could reenact scoring. I know they can just show the actual footage of Merger scoring.
And then just like Photoshop his face on. I don't know. Yeah. If someone at Netflix make this happen.
Yeah, of course. So that was the grand final.
Yeah.
Grant's chested the goal in. I thought it was very smartly taken goal. Because like you could have only chested it really.
I would have, in an ideal world, I would have loved to have seen a diving header like into the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's less accurate. But no, it was a classy goal. I'll say that much.
It was classy. Now there's a few good interviews after the game. Corrick is very well spoken, and I feel like
Oh, I was going to say Fox Sports. That they just. Oh,
What?
them and Sydney FC, that whole
Yeah.
game, they were just buttering up Sydney the whole game.
Yeah, I know, I don't like it.
They spent like 2 minutes explaining like what Bimby is, like
Yeah.
Corrick's nickname. Tell us about the game. Don't tell us
Yeah,
about.
I don't like the
Sydney.
gush. I don't like they gush. I don't
And did you see like the pre-game like to like set the scene, like what like
Yeah.
Fox Sports showed of like Bozza and of Robbie Slater, how they like won the Premier League like 20 years ago? No one cares about them winning the Premier League 20 years ago. Like we're watching the Australian League. Keep it Australian. We don't care about Bozza and Slater winning the Premier League in like 1980.
we don't.
Just keep it focused on Australian football. That's what we care about.
It's true. Joe, you're very right.
Like, that was just frustrating to watch. Like, I saw it, I was going, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Why?
Who made that decision?
Why? You're very right.
Like, I'm not there to watch Bozza and Slater, have whoever there. I'm there to watch the football. Keep it about the football.
You're right. Joe.
But yeah, anyway, that's my spiel on Fox Sports.
I mean, I don't like how they gush about Sydney, but Corrick seems like a nice guy, and he seems like he really cares about. So like, I think there's a few articles written about him, how he's like very big on man management. He really cares about the players emotionally. I think that's very important. Some coaches just tell you to, if you don't like me, run away, or kick you out the door. But Corrick, he's a good man manager. I think lots of credit goes to him, even though he stole Graham Arnold's homework.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Nice
yeah.
guy. And then I think Bratton like dacked McGowan, and
Yeah.
like, they were going through a touching moment. Was it McGowan or Wilkinson?
I'm not sure. After the final whistle, I turned off.
Okay,
I was
Wilkinson.
just disappointed after that.
And then LaFondra was like, "Big ups to Western Sydney, nice stadium." I was like, "What?"
I like that. I'd say that. But yeah, no, it is what it is.
LaFondra also dodged the question of whether he will stay for next year.
Apparently, he's off to the City Football Group in India. So, like,
Oh, is that right?
The team there, apparently, yeah.
Jeez, I'd prefer the Melbourne weather.
But I'd rather the Indian coin though.
That's true.
He'd get paid bags there.
So City Football Group surely just like joins Melbourne City.
Not enough money there.
Yeah. Who's the City football team in India? Is that Mumbai City?
Mumbai could be. I don't know.
Just a guess.
'Cause, yeah, Manchester, the Indian one,
Melbourne.
America.
Los Angeles.
No,
No.
one of them. New York.
New York.
Yeah.
New York.
New York.
So Joe, that was the grand final. Anything else to say on the grand final?
No, it was a good grand final.
It was a good spectacle.
Yeah, it was like first 90 minutes, awesome.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah,
That's about it. That's the season
Yeah.
wrapped up.
yeah. Was it a good season? Out of 10, what would you rate the season?
A 6.5.
I'll give it a 5.5.
Oof.
Just because COVID just ruined
yeah,
it.
COVID really did ruin it. I'm happy that it's over now. Like I'm happy we got through it and we actually played a season.
But next season will be a big change.
Will
Winter
starting
season.
in 2021 apparently.
Yeah,
In January.
summer. Yeah, then going into winter.
Which I think would be really cool because we can have the best of both worlds.
It will be really cool as well because the weather.
It'll be literally
It
quite
will,
cool.
Yes. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I need to buy a nice Stone Island jacket.
I'm not looking forward to January 37-degree days, Saturday afternoons. I'm not looking
No,
forward to that.
Saturday nights in the summer though.
Mm.
Glory game at 7 o'clock. Finishes at 9:30.
Go out,
Go to a bar. Go to another bar.
go to the nightclub.
Go to a nightclub.
You see the boys out.
You see the boys out.
The boys may be glory players, maybe
That's
not.
what I'm going to ask, like Seiji when we have him
What
on.
are you gonna
They'll be
ask?
like, under previous coaches, you would see the Glory players out every week.
Yeah.
Under Popper,
You don't see him.
I haven't seen one player out since then. Yeah, I'm just like curious to know like his thoughts on that.
I'm thinking
I saw Tony out one night as well.
Tony Sage.
Like not out. I just saw him at a bar.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I did see him. It was after the.
I saw him
Semi-
another night as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We saw him after the semi-final game against Adelaide, but that was a
Yeah.
great night.
Yeah.
We won.
Yeah.
We won. What was I going to say? So thinking about what to ask him, I just want to know his thought. I want to pick his brain.
There's one question I really want to ask him.
What is it?
How much cash does he carry on him?
Okay.
Or is he like a card person? Does he use PayWave? Is it cash?
Does he carry a briefcase full of cash?
Who knows?
He's
A duffel
businessman.
bag.
He's a businessman.
Even.
I want to pick his brain. Like, I want to find out what his like in his words, what his thoughts are of this season, what his thoughts are of the current like A-League landscape. You know what his thoughts are of the Glorious future. I want to know. I want to know what he says.
Do we ask him about the Bitcoin fella?
How do we
Probably not.
approach that?
I'll be like, this geezer. How'd you meet him? Nah.
Or like or I just want to know. Can we just ask him like what are his thoughts on that situation?
Yeah. Or he'll make us sign something before we go in saying, you can't mention this.
That is true. So
It's likely.
it's likely. I think that'll probably be better because it just like puts us in our place.
Maybe as
Otherwise,
we-
we're just free roaming. Like
Maybe we go into his office and like Popovich is just like storming out.
that could be the case.
With Castro, maybe. Who knows?
Oof, oof. Now, Joe, I'm gonna be late to training tomorrow, so we can interview.
Yeah, you'll
Tony
be right.
Sage.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Like, how many times do you train a week?
two to three times.
Nah.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday's optional, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's too much. For State League Div, whatever, two. Nah, not good enough. Anyway, are we going to add anything else? Oh, before that, the Patreons.
The patrons, yes.
If you do want to support the show, if you want to have a nice, cool green screen, keep the lights on here, literally, then subscribe to our Patreon. That's where we crowdfund the show. That's how we pay for the platforming.
Yes.
We pay for everything. We pay for new mics, like this one, by the way.
Which is a great microphone.
Yeah, you can receive benefits. There's different tiers, $2, $5, and $10 charged in USD, so it fluctuates every month.
It
But
does.
the Australian dollar is doing pretty good at the moment.
Oh, that's really good for our patrons.
It is, so they're saving money. So really,
I'm gonna get them up.
and one of those benefits are you
Did
can
someone join the Discord? Sorry,
Yeah, today. Yeah, Dusty.
is he a new patron?
Yeah.
Oh,
So guys, join the Patreon. Exclusive benefits. You can join the Discord where me and Trent are active in it. Join the community. You might get sent face masks from
and chocolates.
and chocolates from people in Adelaide. That's a community we've started, and we want you guys to join.
Thank you, Joe. That was a great
And
plug.
one of those benefits are you get shout-outs every week.
Oh no, it wants me to verify the device.
Wait, let me get up.
You
on
sign
mine.
in. You sign in.
Hold on.
It's asking us to go to the Sokkah podcast at gmail.com
Yeah.
account.
Okay.
Open the link in the email to continue.
Patreon. Jesus Christ, where is it?
Oh, Perth Soccer Club replied to our story. They reckon
Oh, I need
Dorian
to log in
Gardens
as well.
in the background.
Okay. Oh, they need to log in.
You
Jeez.
log in. I'll
Yeah.
talk. Stephen Hewitt replied to our story and said, for Sage, one of the upper decks at Optus overlooking the pitch. Great idea, but with Sage, we'll probably just like, I want his office in the background. Because like, we're official businessmen. We are official businessmen.
Yeah.
Now-
What are you wearing for that?
Oh, great question. I'll probably coming. Well, you're going to come from work, aren't you?
Yeah, I might get changed at work though. I might wear my Western United kit.
Okay, I'll just wear a glory top.
Yeah, got one.
I'm over the OG one. So let's
All
see.
right,
Let's see how
I'm
many.
on the Gmail now. Hold on.
You're on the Gmail.
Got a minute left on this recording.
So we really got to fit it in, don't we?
All right. Come on. I don't want to make this harder to edit. Got 1 minute.
Is it
All
loading?
right, I'm on.
Okay, go.
All right,
All
all right.
Quick fire.
So the Patreons are. I'm going to squat for these. We go into that.
Like a rapper.
All right.
A rap song.
That's it. Okay. So Dusty, Ryan Robinson, Milan Krasari, Oscar Brotherson, Joe K, Andy Tin, John Morris, Harry Russell, Harry, Dennis Fernandez, Ben Robson, Taylor Morris, Ben Krizik, Natasha Williams, Andrea, Jacob Colangelo. I'm out of breath. Like, I'm unfit. I'm struggling. Where are we up to?
Jordan Waters, David Clark, Fraser Marnham, Glenn Oliviero, and that's it.
Cheers, guys. And that is the season finale.
The season finale.
Yep.
The epilogue will come with Tony Sage.
That's it. Cheers, guys.